right, welcome to the Werewolf by Night bonus show. We are really excited to be doing these again. Tonight we're going to be talking about the Spider-Woman animated series episode called Dracula's Revenge. This is from 1980, right, Matt?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, and like you said on our main show, this ran for basically 3 months or whatever, the like 20 episodes, not even probably but you can see all of these on Disney Plus. They have the entire thing up there. So you can watch along, you can check it out, you can check out all the animated adventures of Jessica Drew. If you must.
Something weird?
Please do.
If you don't have Disney Plus because you're, pinching pennies and Biden's economy, if you just Google Spider-Woman Dracula's Revenge, you will find it. There's a site that rhymes with Melee Doshin that has the entire episode up. You can just watch it for free. So I know it's killing the economy to pinch pennies out of Mickey Mouse's pocket, but I wouldn't pay for this. I would just go to Daily Motion and watch it for free.
Yeah. No one should pay for this.
So yes, we did talk about Spider-Woman extensively on this premiere episode, but do you have any recollections of this animated series at all?
I have none.
Okay. So I think I mentioned briefly on the show, I remember some merchandising. I remember around 1980, 1981, like some stuff. So I had this thing. I was trying to describe it to you when you were here in town last week, and I looked it up. It's a real thing. It is called the ViewMaster Showbeam Push Button Projector.
Introducing the ViewMaster Showbeam Projector. Batteries not included. Snap in a cartridge and you can beam 28 scenes of Spider-Man or Spider-Woman on the wall, on the floor, on the other wall, on the cat.
Over there.
I'm dead. Well, maybe not dead. GAF ViewMaster Showbeam Projector. 18 other cartridges sold separately.
And it was stills. And so you would put these things in and you would advance them by pushing a button and project these images onto the walls, ceilings, sheets, whatever you wanted to, of these stories. And so my friend had one of a Spider-Woman episode. So it was, not this one, because that would have been awesome, but it was a Spider-Woman meets some random no-name nonsense person they made up for an episode. But, you could project it in a darkened room onto a bed sheet tacked up to a wall, which is fucking cool in 1980. So that's my experience with Spider-Woman, basically up until Bendis just decided to share her with the world in the aughts.
Yep.
What about you?
I didn't even have that. I really only became familiar with the character once Bendis kind of started putting her in everything. And I loved it. I loved the character. I kind of knew about it, but I'd never seen this. I mean, this came out in 1980. Like, it only aired for a couple months. Like, I was 3, you were 5. You could maybe have memories of this, but you don't. It's just the weird ViewMaster flashlight, which sounds badass, by the way.
Yeah, it is. I'm dropping a picture here in the feed so people can see it. Yeah, I loved it. It was cool. There was several kind of like very primitive versions of like Crank, like one scene from a cartoon or something like that was stuff you could project like that. Just in the late 70s, early 80s, that was 100-year-old technology, but mass produced for children and unbreakable. Yeah. So anyway, are we leading off with this?
Should we?
We can.
Yeah, why not? Let's jump into it.
Okay.
So yeah, the Spider-Woman series is from 1980. She's voiced by Joan Van Ark, who was
became famous on Dallas, right?
Yeah, Dallas, and then on Knots Landing, I think, which was that the spinoff of Dallas?
Oh, is that a spinoff? I don't know. Is that Falcon's Crest?
I thought it was. I can't remember. One of those. So she's like a soap star. She's not just that. Like, she had done Broadway stuff. She's a
had
real actress. She had a really good
credits.
career. Yeah, she had really cool credits. And but this is one of her first and only voiceover gigs, I think. And oddly enough, well, it's pretty cool. Like, her daughter, Vanessa, ended up being a voice actress, and she voiced Mary Jane in the 2008 cartoon Spectacular Spider-Man.
Oh, really?
So
That's
how cool is
awesome.
that?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, yeah, around this time, trying to think what was going on animation-wise. That was, as we mentioned on the main show, this character is created to just plant a flag in the ground and copyright this name, because Filmation was creating a Spider-Woman series and Marvel caught wind of it and cranked out an issue to copyright her first. So, I forget what the character was that they ended up changing her to, Web Woman or Madam Web.
It was Web Woman or something. Yeah, I know. I was trying to remember that too. I looked it up.
But she was part of the some collection Saturday morning, like 7 different characters all kind of in one suite of short character stuff. But so yeah, this was interesting because like Spider-Man wasn't on, was he? He had one season of a show that was on, I think in 81, before Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. So he had one failed season.
Yes.
Basically the same entire talent, same whatever, and then they rebooted it as Amazing Friends and it took off.
Well, yeah, which I remember from being little. But remember, I mean, Spider-Man's just coming off of his live action TV series,
right,
which was, I don't know, 78 to 80 or something. Like it was right around there. I mean, I don't know if it went to 1980, but.
So we didn't, I don't think you and I have either read anything outside of like the Werewolf by Night issues of Spider-Woman to date. So the one we reviewed in this week's episode was from 1978, issue number 6. This was produced, it came out in fall of 79. The series was canceled in January of 80. So I don't know how much could have happened between where we are in the comics and where the comics were a year from now. But she's a very different character in the animated series. She works at a magazine called Justice Publishing or something. Yeah. She has a helicopter.
She has a helicopter.
Like she's like the J. Jonah Jameson of Justice Publishing. It seems like.
Yeah, it's weird. She seems to have some sort of editorial
sway.
job.
Yeah,
like she does. And she, so there's basically like her love interest that isn't a love interest is this guy named Jeff, who also works at the newspaper.
So what I read online was that he's essentially like the Lance Bannon. Remember when we talked about Lance in the end of the Man-Wolf season, where it's like he just is like kind of the Weasley guy. Like so apparently his role is like he's not quite Shaggy, but he's cowardly, but he talks a big game. But when shit goes down, he kind of splits. But he's not changing into a superhero. He just literally splits.
Yeah, he literally just runs away. But he's a little more misogynist than your normal Lance Bannon. He's always talking about how Jess is weak and easily scared, and he needs to protect her from all the bad things in the world. When she actually just saves him a bunch. A little bit of your the Steve Trevor from the Wonder Woman TV series.
Yeah. And just to keep younger kids interested, they threw a kid in to the mix.
Wow, what a movie! I can't wait to tell Aunt Jessica about the part when the alien spider popped out of.
Listen, Billy, I don't think you should describe it to your Aunt Jessica. It's much too scary for her. And speaking of Jessica, I wonder where she disappeared to.
There she is.
Mix, who is the nephew of Jessica Drew, aka Spider-Woman.
Billy. Little Billy. Yeah. So
let's just kind of talk about this thing broadly. This thing just starts off. I think this is all non-canonical. Like even within the Marvel animated universe, it's not even considered anything. Like
no, because it's fucking nonsense. So it starts off with like 2 goofballs named Gustav and Victor who break into Dracula's tomb. And I think their plan is to steal the crypt and charge admission to see it.
Yes, but their whole thing is like, we finally found it.
Yeah.
And we're going to be rich now. But the opening scenes, they just walk into a graveyard. It says Count Dracula on a giant like crypt.
On a giant crypt, yeah.
Plainly like chiseled into marble.
I know.
But yeah, they're going to get rich charging people admission to see it. They remove the marble cover to the, sarcophagus, whatever we call it. And he just opens his eyes and, he's been just sealed up. He wasn't killed by Van Helsing. He was just sealed by Van Helsing.
Yeah, and I like that the time frame we're dealing with is that he says he's been free after 500 years.
Yes.
Not the 1800s.
Which at this point
years.
in Bram Stoker's novel has been less than 100 years he's been supposedly dead.
That's right.
He was killed like in the 80s of
oh
19th
man.
century.
So honestly, you have to suspend your disbelief about space and time in this, because time doesn't make any sense and fucking geography makes no sense in
what
this
the fuck?
whatsoever. That's the thing that blew my fucking mind.
What is their name for Transylvania in this? Like Chromalia or
East Grumania.
Grumania,
which she travels to
from LA.
From LA while Billy and what's his name are watching a movie.
Or watching an Alien ripoff.
Yeah. So it starts off, they go into this movie theater and
they're watching Alien Spider.
Which
is clearly Alien.
Yeah, and Jess is like, I'm too scared. I need to leave. And so, but
why? Because her spider sense is tingling.
Her spider sense is tingling, but it's not just like the thing that Peter has to where he's like, oh, some unknown danger is happening. For her, it's like a psychic vision. It's like remote viewing.
Yeah.
It's like, she's like, oh, okay. In East Grumania. Yeah. So she sees everything like it's a fucking movie. And so she's like, pardon me, guys, I'm scared of spiders in this movie. I'm going to just jet out. And she goes and finds a phone booth, which I think was kind of funny. She's like, oh, it's not normally my style, but I'll change in there.
I appreciate a meta nod.
Yeah. But she's in LA. She changes into her Spider-Woman outfit, then instantly is in Transylvania, which is Eastern Grumania.
Grumania.
Yes. And so she arrives, Dracula's about to feed on those two goofballs. Spider-Woman arrives and trades ray blasts with Dracula because all the monsters in this is my favorite part. So they can't show any monster violence. So, and because it's a Spider-Woman is all about rays and blasting and venom blasts and stuff. So all the monsters in this have rays that they shoot. That's the only thing they do. So Dracula shoots rays that can change people into vampires. And so
vampires don't feed on blood. They just shoot rays.
They don't feed on blood. They shoot rays at each other. And that's how they're science vampires like Morbius.
Oh my God.
So she trades some ray blasts with Dracula, scares him off. And then, and then she goes to the movie, right? No.
Well, she goes. Yeah, but I mean, somewhere in there we meet the Van Helsing descendant.
Yes, so the Van Helsing descendant is having a dinner party that Dracula crashes and uses his ray blast to turn the dinner goers into vampires.
Yeah, so the Van Helsings have moved into Castle Dracula because
in East Grumania. Yeah.
I did like there was a little nod to Alien though, that when Billy or whatever his name is like, oh man, I got to tell Aunt Jessica about how the alien spider popped out of the guys. And he's like, no, don't tell her, dude. She's gonna get freaked out. I know, like, wow.
I kind of like that. I
knew Alien was a kind of a smash, underdog smash dark horse hit, but that's rad.
No, it totally informed the public consciousness from here on out, especially in children's cartoons.
So yeah, there's the monsterosity in this is really weird. So first of all, Jessica's weird because not only does she have remote viewing, like you're saying, she also has tendrils of webbing that she shoots out of her fingertips when she needs to and wraps up people's, like Spider-Man does out of his web shooters. Yeah,
I know.
That's not comics accurate.
No, none of this. Yeah, like you said, I don't even think this is in continuity in the Marvel animated universe, including like the crappy Fantastic Four with the Herbie the robot. Like I just think this is even worse than that, honestly. Like I don't know. I had fun. I mean, it was so stupid. I think just the fact that all the monsters attacked with ray blasts. So basically from here on, she somehow, like after the movie, she somehow takes Jeff and Billy to Dracula's tomb in East Grumania, in like 2 seconds. Like they're in the outside of the theater in LA, and then suddenly bullet train to fucking fake Transylvania. And they're confronted by Dracula, who has also resurrected the Wolfman. And then and Jess is like investigating somewhere else, and then she comes back and finds both of them turned into Wolfmen, Jeff and Billy.
That was a nice little kind of like a surprise, like Twilight Zone the movie.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to see something scary?
Yeah. No, I thought that was cool. But then she so she finds them both turned into Wolfmen, and they have laser eyes. Then Dracula and the Wolfman like double blast Jess. And so it kind of gets her, it says it gets her stinger clogged for her venom blast, which I thought was so hilarious. And then, they run away, and they go to dig up Frankenstein's monster, but then Jess realizes that she's been turned into a vampire werewolf.
Yeah, hybrid.
Yeah, I thought you and Brad would be so excited about that. You finally get your hybrid.
Yeah,
and so
I thought I'd be more excited about it too.
Yeah, it's not exciting though. So yeah, she's talking in between, snarling.
She's still herself, I guess, is the thing.
She's still her self, but she's kind of fighting against it.
Yeah.
And so then they, the other two, Dracula and the real Wolfman, go and resurrect the Frankenstein monster, who we realize also shoots rays, but they're out of his neck bolts, which I thought was the funniest thing of the entire episode. That actually made me laugh out loud.
No, this whole thing was hilarious. But the funniest thing to me was that she goes to like do research and reads the ancient texts about these things. And she reads about Frankenstein and realizes, he gets his power from electricity. So I just need to, drain that electricity. It's like, so you went to the source book, which has nothing to do with electricity at all, which is totally fucking James Whale in Hollywood. And read the book and found out that it's chemicals and dead bodies sewn together. Yeah. And then decided to use electricity. Okay.
Yeah. So she goes to the library and reads all this, and she makes a electromagnetic grounding ray.
Jesus Christ.
And shoots Frankenstein, the monster, with it. So he's gone. And then
like when he zaps people, they just turn green and get bolts in their neck. Like there's no logic. Even for like a 6-year-old kid, like you'd be like, wait a minute. Yeah. The whole thing with Frankenstein is he's sewn together dead people reanimated by some force.
No, I'm kind of mad that you didn't see this as a tiny kid, because I even think that 5-year-old Matt Howell would be like, I don't know if I buy this.
You don't get Frankensteined.
You don't get Frankensteined from a ray
Not in
blast.
this sense.
No. But after she successfully gets rid of Frankenstein, she goes, her plan to go to nullify the werewolf and turn Jeff and Billy back into the human form is she wants to create a spider eclipse.
As TM.
TM.
We don't know what that fucking is, but.
No, but basically it means that she covers the full moon with a bunch of dark clouds.
According to the legend, the Wolfman gets his power from the full moon. In which case, all I have to do is create a spider eclipse.
Like it wasn't even part of her power set. No, it's not part of her power set, but she just did it. She just is magic now and creates a bunch of black clouds that covers the full moon. And just by covering the full moon, she's cured Jeff and Billy. They're fine now.
Yeah. I've read some other critiques of the series that said like this keeps going on through the entire thing. Like she just, whatever she needs to do, she can do. Her power set is totally ambiguous and ambivalent.
No, it makes no sense. I mean, and this made no sense either. Like at the end, she goes and finds Dracula and it's been proven that her venom blast, like the light from her venom blast, is what hurts Dracula. And so she uses one of her blasts. She uses a windmill that has like mirrored fans or whatever on there, and shoots her blast there, and it amplifies her light blast to drive Dracula away. And that's just the end of the episode.
Because he hates light.
He hates light.
Not sunlight, which is pure.
Yeah.
Just light.
just reflection.
Just reflected light.
Yeah, just any type of reflected light. No, he hates light, and yes, and that's the end. It really just ends abruptly too. Like there's a little bit of resolution. I think some kind of like, yay, something to say at the end.
Right.
But it's goofy as shit.
Yeah. But Joan Van Ark.
Joan Van Ark. That was something. No, it was fun. I actually think that this episode translates really well into a couple stills. Like the ones that you posted on Instagram, I'm like, oh, this is going to be awesome.
No, I felt like I feel like I want to build a new intro with like the flying windows.
Yeah.
And right now it's just you and me, but I want to insert some like just some other stuff, like some Paul Naschy stuff and this, like just some
Could you insert scenes from Decker versus Dracula where it's like James Dean like hovering over the castle?
For
like
you?
That one? For me, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That can happen for you.
That would make me happy. But
Mark Proch's werewolf is amazing.
His Frankenstein monster is amazing too. Yeah, no, I had fun watching this, but yeesh, I don't know if I'd recommend it.
Yeah, I looked at the clock a couple times and I was like, it's 22 minutes without commercials.
I know, I did. I looked at it, I'm like, ooh,
and I looked at the clock like 4 times. So
yeah. Nope, not good, but super funny. And I'm glad I watched it, at least just to make fun of it on our bonus show.
I probably would have had a blast with it.
That was pretty baked, and it didn't help.
Okay. What if you had like Black Sabbath, like Paranoid on really loud and just the volume just enough to where you could hear the dialogue, but mostly are rocking out to music?
That would help. I think this episode is a little more of a Masters of Reality.
Okay. Good
rather
call.
than Paranoid.
Yeah.
But I can imagine Sweet Leaf being more of a soundtrack to this.
Okay.
And I think I would enjoy that, but I would need to up my edibles intake, I think, if I was to watch this again and actually have fun with it.
Okay, cool. We haven't talked a lot about Werewolf Media, so I don't know what to watch next.
I know we haven't I think we talked about at the end of last season how we were going to, watch fun stuff like this, but that we also might hit some of the big movies that we're
definitely going to do like the
we've
Howling.
Ignored a lot. Like, we need to do the Howling. We need to do an American Werewolf in London. Like we need to do some big ones.
Yeah. I guess we'll just announce that next week.
Yeah. Yep. We'll announce it next week.
Okay. Cool. So if you have Disney Plus, this sounds at all intriguing. Check it out. If you don't have Disney Plus, go to Dailymotion and maybe check it out.
Don't pay for
Masters of Reality. Don't pay for it though.
Yeah.
Add in some weed and some really loud Sabbath.
That's the way to enjoy it.
Like honestly, if this was playing like in Bar of the Gods on the TVs while they were just playing like badass music and I was drinking with my friends, I would have like thought this was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, agreed.
In my 20s.
Yeah, I love your deep Southeast Portland references here too. Bar of the Gods, early aughts.
Yeah, bog, baby.
That is a time and a place.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So that's that. We'll announce what our film is for next week later, I guess.
Yep.
Right now, in the main show, we kind of recapped what happened during our break, that we had some time off and Jacob and I got some bro time with Tim Heidecker and Marvel by the Month. And he worked on this solo project a little bit musically, and he's doing his other podcast.
I know.
Out now.
Whatever.
If you want to see On the Funny, if you want to check it out, it's good. It's a good show about comedy. Good comedy.
It's pretty good. It's a different dynamic. It's a different dynamic than what we have, I mean, it's similar in that you are the cranky old man and I am the youth that is full of light and love. And
I'm sorry.
And
go ahead.
That's kind of what I have to deal with. My buddy Chris Matheson is a comedy writer, and he he's very specific about his loves, and he's very obsessed with On Cinema. And just kind of decided for us that we're doing a podcast about this. And I love Chris. I've worked with him for years on different projects. He's one of my best friends. I've worked with him for 2 decades on stuff. And so I was excited for us to do a project together. But yeah, it's a different dynamic than the show.
So I'm just picturing you as like Endymion, the young shepherd in ancient Greece, sleeping, and the moon comes and falls in love with him and just has to have him and forces him to sleep forever. As
I don't see why that's inaccurate at all, honestly.
I'm like 2 years older than you. Cranky old Matt. What is that? Get the fuck out of here.
It's something.
So talk to me about the home front.
Oh,
we
the
had Jeff
home
at
front.
Casa de Howell.
Yeah, the home front. I loved. Okay, so here, yeah, the first couple nights when I was in Portland, I stayed with you, which was wonderful. I stayed with my friend Jason. The second couple nights,
I love Jason.
I love Jason. Jason is amazing, but he lives in a dude house, in a band house. And you and I are in our mid-40s now, and we've kind of left those days behind
us.
Those are decades behind us, but I got to relive those for the last couple nights, and it was gross. It was nice, but it was a little bit gross. I won't lie.
I will admit, as a 40-something-year-old man, like whenever I'm showering, I'm done with the soap, I always make sure there's not a stray hair on the bar. Yeah. Just in case somebody had to come over to use my shower.
Please tell Athena, because I used her shower. That's what I used to shower in your place, and that I cleaned up every stray whatever. I was just like, nope, I'm not
leaving
saying anything.
Athena was filthy.
No. I mean,
oh no, I'll tell her
a little bit, but
she's
no, she's a little.
She's also a teenager,
but she is a teenager. But yeah, I was just like, nope, I got to try and get rid of all any loose hair because I care.
No, I'm neurotic about like. There could be an emergency. I could walk outside and someone could say, "I need your shower. It's an emergency. It's a matter of life and death." And be like, "I have one. I just squeegeed it with this little fucking clip-on squeegee we have, and there's no hairs on the soap. You're good to go." And be like, "Oh, thank God."
No, I'm with you. So that was different.
I have weird fantasies like that.
No, I mean that is reality. That could absolutely happen at any point. So. I again have to thank you for putting me up. I love staying with you, Renee and Athena.
We love having you.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and you've like the coolest daughter on earth. I love hanging out with her, and yeah, she's a delight to be around. But I'm back home now. I'm in Southern Oregon. I live now in Klamath Falls, which is a true shithole, and probably the worst place I've ever been in my entire life. And we're down here to take care of my wife's mother, who is, kind of physically ill. She's a little better now, but she's mentally a lot and is, it's a lot. And so what we've done the last couple days, today, and we're going to do it again tomorrow, is try to clean out her garage, which she lives in a fairly Grey Gardens type house with, it's like my wife describes it as Grey Gardens with wolfhounds. So there's a couple wolfhounds, yes.
Is the cleaning out thing, is that just like a maintenance thing? Like, are you
it's
hoping that she's not going to add to it again?
No, I mean, she will. I mean, it's a maintenance thing. I honestly just want to do as much stuff while she's around. So I don't want to do all this shit when she dies. Like, this would be so much work and so terrible. My wife is sitting right over there, by the way. You have to come and say hello. Come say hello. Oh. Everyone's always heard about you. You need to at least like poke your head over and say hi. Yeah. So I'm gonna be shit talking her mom, but she's right over here. So cool. That's the kind of level of husband that I am. But
is
Matt,
there like
I sent
a gun pointed at your head, or is it just totally open?
There's not. It's totally open. So Matt, I sent you a couple pictures. This is just for our patrons. There's like not that many people who will be seeing this. So she's unwell. Be gentle. She's unwell. I mean, she's mentally unwell, but she's also kind of a terrible person to be around. So it's a difficult thing to try to have sympathy, but also she kind of ruins your life. And so,
just to be clear, I do or do not include these pictures in the feed.
Okay. Oh, you do please in our Patreon feed.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, well, yeah. My wife just correctly described her as an energy vampire. If
Okay.
you're familiar with what we do
Like
in the
Colin
shadows,
Robinson.
yeah, like Colin Robinson. So she does. It's just, and so we have gone over to try to clean out her garage, which is, if you've seen by the pictures, it is horrifying. And this is like a decade of just like hoarder craziness and mental illness and
Yeah.
then there's she lives in this house. There's a couple outbuildings that we're going to need to take care of as well. They're also stacked high ceiling wise with shit and mouse crap and some stuff of value, but most stuff I just want to set a torch to the entire place. Honestly, I think that's the only way. I think that's what God would want.
I mean, don't you think as an adult, you get to that point where you're like, time invested in getting money out of the things versus how much time I have left on the planet? Like, just let it go.
Yeah,
know?
that's the thing. I mean, so much of stuff. I mean, we're going to try and have a yard
Time
sale
is
for
money,
some of the
the
stuff.
older
Time
you
is
get.
money. No, but we're going to try and have a yard sale. Basically, what we did to try to lower the pile is take out all the glass, all the recycling, all the garbage. So we have loads we're taking to the dump, loads we're taking to the recycling place. And that's just shit that should have been taken care of. Now we're dealing with, I don't know, broken DVD players and just
actually, will you put that aside for me?
yeah, I will. They do have a pretty
doing some manuals on laser optics. So
there's a VCR. I'm taking a VCR. I saw a VCR there, and I'm like, if that works, I'm taking that.
fuck you. Are you going Greg Turkington?
I'm not going Greg Turkington, but I have some cool. The VHS that I have held on to for this many years is actually super fucking cool. Like,
what is it?
Okay, so like WFMU had a couple releases on VHS of like found footage and different weird stuff from public access.
So digitize it.
Well, I'm going to digitize it, but I only have it on VHS, and so I want to
send it away to a service that will do it by the minute for a fee.
You send it away.
Give it to me.
I will. No, I have that. I have some.
No, I understand what you're saying. I'm saying
know.
the same fucking thing. Like I have a box of fucking tapes from my high school band. I don't want that Scott gave to me as saying like, well, you know stuff, so you can digitize it. And it's like, I don't want this burden. I don't want to own this fucking weight.
Yeah, I know. But I don't know. So the like 15 or 20 VHS cassettes that I still own are all like weird bootleg stuff. This bootleg Bob Dylan stuff. This is an original like VHS of Eat the Document, which was the kind of companion.
I can almost guarantee I can download you almost all those things from Cinema
I know they're all like there. I know they all are, so it doesn't matter. But it's kind of fun sometimes. So I don't know. I want that fucking VHS player. But what was
you just showed me your zombie bite on your fucking arm, by the way. Like that fucking thinking. Like
yeah.
No, I get it. I know it's elsewhere, but sometimes it's fun to pull it out and just play it on a fucking machine.
No, I know.
I'm gonna have to fucking shoot you in the gut and just run for the helicopter. God damn it!
I wouldn't blame you, and I'd appreciate you for.
I love you guys, but I will shoot you in the face and run for a helicopter. I'm not gonna get dragged down into a fucking zombie apocalypse.
Hey,
of
a VHS apocalypse of hoarding. No, it's it's a fucking nightmare and it's soul crushing, but we're trying to do it now, I guess. Right?
Yeah, we want to do it now so we don't have to do it later.
Can I ask a question? A practical question at this point?
You can ask me a practical question.
She's still going, sorry.
I know she is. I don't know. Yeah. No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Just like Sir Wenceslas or whatever.
I know. Ask away.
Why now when she can actually say something? Why not just wait until the inevitable and just torch it or give it all away or put it in a 20-yard trailer?
I know. That would probably be easier, but yeah, it's a
You're trying to be respectful? Like
it's a sticky situation.
Sounds sticky with fucking mouse shit.
Yep. It's not great. It's not great.
Okay.
But that's why I am excited to do a third season of this show. That's why I'm excited to.
Wow, is that you pulling this up out of the fucking
Yeah, yeah, it is. Because
Depths.
this is my lifeline. Doing
Yeah.
the show with Chris, doing working on my record, working on other stuff. Like creative projects are the only reason why I don't have my head in the oven 24 hours a day.
What are Alicia's reasons?
I'm cheersing my wife on that one.
I love her. God bless her.
Well, you know, my wife is
keeps
an
her out of the
actual,
oven?
my wife is an actual artist. So, you know, she works on stuff and
She is.
and she is, and she's a multimedia. She does everything. So yeah, I think focusing on that and keeping her, you know, we try to support each other, but this is rough. It's the worst time in my life, in both of our lives, by far.
Yeah, I've picked up on that. I feel bad for you, brother.
Yeah, but you know, we're just gonna give it a year, see if we can do some good, try to make her mom's life, her brother's life a little better, and yeah, that's
So
where we're at.
you're 4 months into this experiment? 5? How far are we into this?
Not even, we're 4 months in tops.
Gonna give it a year.
Yeah, we're gonna give it a year.
At what point do we like burn down everything and bleach your hair and do a DB Cooper or whatever? Like, how do we get you out of here?
I don't really want to have that on tape in any way.
Right.
So, but yeah, we're damn close.
Yeah.
It's day by day, you know. I mean, at the heart of it, it's elder care in a way, you know. I mean, we're all middle-aged now, so our parents are getting older. Our parents are dying. Our parents are getting old and difficult to deal with. They're also of a generation that they were given a lot for pretty easy, and so they are difficult to deal with in a lot of ways, physically and philosophically.
Yeah,
because
I do love that divide, man. Like that.
They deserve it all.
There was some meme going around like 5 years ago. It's like, I bought my first house for 2 paychecks and a carton of cigarettes. I don't understand what's your problem? Like, yeah, you guys burned it all to the ground. Like,
you burned it all to the ground. Your generation destroyed the entire world, and we're left to pick up the pieces. But it's our fault.
Yeah,
we're not responsible enough.
Yeah.
So yeah,
well, it's avocado toast's fault. I mean, ultimately,
it is. We just need to stop going out for coffee so much.
Why are you addicted to coffee?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's hard. It's hard to deal with that generation. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I'm there, man.
Yeah, I know we all are. Any of us who are in our 40s, we get it. We totally get it.
The only benefit to my mom being relatively cold and unsentimental is that I don't have any hoarded shit to deal with.
Yeah, it's funny.
Was sentimental. She would give to me. Like, here's pictures of me and your father getting married. I don't fucking want them.
Honestly, Matt, that is exactly what my mother is like. You know, I love my mother so much, but she is not sentimental about stuff. Like, my dad died 2 years ago, right as COVID started. And, my parents aren't stuff people. Like, I'm more of a stuff person than they are. Like, I have records, I have books.
You're an archivist.
Like, I'm an archivist too. Like, I have all of the family photos. And so like when my dad died, my mom just sent me all sorts of shit. Like my mom is very loving. I love my mom very much, but she's very unsentimental. She didn't want any stuff. She didn't want any pictures.
That's how my mom
She didn't want my dad's ashes. She sent me my dad's ashes.
I have my dad's ashes on my piano.
She's just like, yeah, I know you do too. And I'm just like, she's like, I don't want to deal with this. And I know my mom. I know my mom is very loving. I know she loved my father very much, but she's just unsentimental about stuff like that. So she doesn't give a shit. So her and like
it reads as cold to a lot of people, but it's not cold. It's just, she's just not sentimental.
It does. Alicia feels like it's cold, but I
know more.
it.
I know better. I know my mom.
Yeah. Matt knows better. His mom is the same way. They're not
she's
cold.
Not cold.
They're
she's
unsentimental.
Yep.
You have too many emotional attachments to things.
You do. Your family does have a lot of unhealthy emotional attachments to things.
I legitimately
and
come from, like, actual hoarders.
You're talking to her, right? Not me.
I know, I am. She's
Just
talking
make
to
sure.
me. So basically, I should say that my wife's family are distantly related to the Bouviers, who are the Grey Gardens ladies. So she's literally related to the two great ladies
Literally.
in Grey Gardens. Yes.
He had a great grandmother, I think,
Yeah.
for my mom 10 generations back.
Yeah.
It was the same. So
Yes.
it's very distant.
Yeah, it's very distant, but that hoarder mentality, animal shit everywhere, but also it's the weird thing, like, and again, I'm sorry, but it's your mom living in garbage, living in shit, not being the type of person that doesn't tip, the type of person that doesn't give a shit about other people, but still has this smugness, like she's so much better than you and other people.
I love it.
And that's the thing that just stabs me. It just makes me I hold it all in. I really am hoping not to let it
Got a
out
boner
at
for
any
it right
time.
now.
Yeah, I know. But that's the thing that gets me to where I'm just, that gets me the most. I'm sorry.
What's she doing tonight?
Yeah. I know. I don't know what she's doing tonight. I know. Oh, come on.
Are we still going? Is this show still going?
Is this still a show? Is this still a show, or is
Therapy.
is this me just bitching about my mother-in-law like an asshole?
I think.
Am I
this could be
Andrew
the
Dice
best
Clay
fucking
now?
Bonus show ever
Is
made.
this- Yeah. So
Are you kidding me?
I guess so. That's it.
Let's put it this way: the
That's
bonus show goes on
entertainment.
until you end it.
Okay. All right. Well, this is the end. I've bitched enough. I like to have a facade of like a good, understanding person who's so kind and is just like a Mr. Rogers figure, and that's my fake persona that I like to have. Just because I wear the sweaters doesn't mean I don't have a nihilist core that comes out when I talk about things I don't like and situations I don't like. So yeah, this has been very revealing, Matt. I appreciate it.
I hope you mean that.
I do.
Well, if you go to bed and you're like, I don't like this, let's cut this stuff. We'll cut it.
I do like it. I have to tell my wife that I love her.
Oh, look at her.
Because look at her.
Love her.
Like a troll.
You don't look like a troll. You look like Mamie Van Doren. You're so
No, we love
busty
you.
and wonderful.
Nene is very effusive about how much she loves your wife. Boy.
Renee does love Alicia a lot.
Mhm.
They love each other. I'm glad our wives love each other. It would be weird if they didn't. That would be
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's wrap this up. Life is shit.
Life is shit. Nothing matters.
I mean, why do people think that life should always be happy? You know? Because when I was a little boy, my mother used to sing me a song. It went like this. Life is short, life is shit, and soon it will be over.
Yeah, nothing matters except friends and comics and, stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, do your famous outro.
All right. So from us here at the Werewolf by Night podcast, may your fur never bristle in the moonlight.
Stay furry, friends. That's it, right?